Pretty girl, now a maid in Manhattan, used as a baby farm. Once upon a time, in a busy little village in Nigeria where the sun shone bright and the roosters crowed loud every morning, lived a girl named Dumebi. She was the best maid around. She swept floors until they sparkled, washed dishes so they squeaked, and sang happy songs that made everyone dance. Dumebi had a big smile and a bigger dream, to see the world beyond her village. One sunny day, while she scrubbed pots by the river, a tall man named James splashed up in a shiny boat. He wore a fancy suit that glittered like stars and said, "Hello, Dumebi. I'm from a big city called Manhattan, far across the sea. Come be my maid in my giant house. I'll show you tall buildings and yummy new foods." Dumebi's heart jumped like a frog. She'd never left her village, but James looked like a prince from her bedtime stories. "Okay," she giggled, clapping her hands. She hugged her mama, her little brother Kofi, and her best friend Timi, packed her broom and a tiny bag of clothes, and hopped into James's boat with a big happy grin. The boat rocked over big waves, and soon Dumebi saw a city with houses so tall they tickled the clouds. Manhattan was loud and busy, with cars honking and lights flashing. James took her to his giant house. It had more rooms than Dumebi could count, and shiny floors that squeaked under her feet. "This is your new home," James said, smiling so big his teeth sparkled. Dumebi twirled her broom, excited to clean and explore. She thought maybe James liked her a lot, like in the stories where princes love maids and give them pretty dresses. For a little while, everything was fun. James showed Dumebi how to make funny foods like pizza and ice cream, and he said nice things like, "You're the best maid ever." Dumebi's cheeks went red, and her heart went thump-thump white. Like a drum, she started to dream about staying with James forever. Maybe he'd be her friend, or even more. One day, she felt a little wiggle in her tummy. "Oh," she giggled, "a baby's coming." She told James, thinking he'd be happy too. But then, "Oh!" James's smile went away. He brought a lady named Laura into the room. Laura had yellow hair and a frown like a grumpy cat. "This is my wife," James said. "You're part of our family now." Dumebi's tummy flipped, not in a good way. Laura didn't look friendly at all. From that day, things got hard. Laura made Dumebi clean all day. Big floors, tall windows, and even the sticky stuff under tables. "Work, work, work," Laura snapped. Dumebi's hands got tired, and they never gave her any money. She missed her village, where people hugged her and said thank you. One night, when the moon peeked through the window, Dumebi heard James and Laura whispering sneaky things. "When her baby comes, we'll take it," James said. "Then we'll send Dumebi away with nothing." Laura laughed. "She's too silly to know. Money makes the rules here. We're the big bosses." Dumebi's eyes got wet, but she didn't cry loud. She tiptoed back to her tiny room and thought, "I'm not safe here." The next day, Dumebi met Ebun, a funny girl who cleaned houses nearby. Ebun had bouncy hair and a laugh like a bell. "Watch out for James and Laura," Ebun warned, making a silly face. "They're tricky like foxes." Dumebi nodded, feeling a little braver with a friend. She also saw Mark, a quiet man who lived next door. Mark had glasses and a big book of rules. "I help people," he said softly, when Dumebi waved hello. Her tummy got bigger, but so did her worries. One snowy day, while cleaning outside, Dumebi slipped on ice, ouch, and fell. Her broom flew up, and her hands hurt bad. Ebun ran over. "Are you okay?" Dumebi nodded, but inside she was scared. "I need a plan," she whispered. Dumebi decided to be super smart. She acted goofy, giggling and dropping things, so James and Laura wouldn't guess she was thinking hard. She told Ebun, "They want my baby. I won't let them." Ebun clapped. "You're tricky too." Dumebi also talked to Mark in secret. "They're mean," she said. "Can you help?" Mark smiled. "I know big rules to stop them." Days went by, and Dumebi's tummy grew round like a ball. She sang happy songs to her baby, promising, "I'll keep you safe." But James and Laura kept watching her, their eyes sneaky and sharp. The saddest part came when Dumebi's baby was ready to say hello. She had a little boy with big shiny eyes. Dumebi hugged him tight, calling him Little Timi after her brother. But that night, she heard Laura whisper, "Dumebi's too goofy to stop us. Her baby's ours now." James laughed loud. "We're the big bosses. Money rules everything." Dumebi's heart went boom, boom, but she didn't show she was scared. She'd been talking to Mark, and he'd made a big plan with papers and rules. James and Laura signed some papers, thinking they'd trick everyone. They gave all their shiny things to little Timi, planning to take him and send Dumebi away. But, surprise! Mark had a bigger trick. When James reached for little Timi, saying, "Time to go, Dumebi!" the door banged open. Police cars flashed red and blue outside, and big helpers in uniforms ran in. "Stop!" they shouted. Mark waved his papers. "They're bad guys!" Dumebi stood up tall, holding her baby. "I'm not silly, I've got tricks!" she yelled. Ebun jumped up and down, clapping. "Go, Dumebi!" James tried to grab her, but Dumebi pushed him away with her broom. Whack! And Laura tripped over a bucket. The police put shiny bracelets on James and Laura's hands and took them away. When the dust settled, Mark told Dumebi a happy secret. James and Laura gave everything, their big house, their fast cars, their shiny toys, to little Timi by mistake. Dumebi's eyes got wide. "Mine," she giggled. "All mine." She and Ebun danced around the big house, singing silly songs. Little Timi giggled too, safe in Dumebi's arms. She looked out the window at the tall city and said, "I played silly, but I'm super smart." Back in her village, her mama and Kofi heard the story and cheered. Dumebi sent them pictures of her new home, promising to visit soon.